Hello and welcome. In this lesson, we will learn about multiplying and dividing negative numbers. But before we start working on questions, I would like you to remember few things. The first and the foremost important thing is remembering the outcome when you multiply or divide two signs. So let's quickly have a look. If you multiply or divide one negative sign with another negative sign, the outcome will be a positive sign. Similarly, if you multiply or divide a positive sign with another positive sign, the outcome will be positive sign. If you multiply or divide a positive with a negative, the outcome will be a negative sign. Similarly, if you multiply a negative or divide this negative by a positive sign, the outcome will be a negative sign. So let's put this in practice. I've got question number 1 here. I'm multiplying a negative 5 with 3. Now you need to remember one thing, and that is when you don't have a sign before a number, that sign is always a positive, right? And once I've done this, what I'm going to do is my step 1 will be I will multiply these two signs. And my step 2 will be I will multiply these two numbers, right? And that's it. So if you multiply negative with a positive, which is over here, a negative multiplied by a positive sign, the outcome is negative. So I'll write down in terms of sign, I should have a negative sign. Now the second step is I need to multiply 5 with 3, and that leaves me with 15. So my answer is minus 15. Now let's have a look at a little bit more complicated problem. For example, here, this time I'm multiplying 3 numbers, right? And they all have different signs. For example, here we don't have any sign, but we do have a negative with this 7 and a negative with this 2. So if there's no sign, that means the sign is positive. Now what I will do is I will not consider this minus 2. I will only focus on the first 2 numbers, and I'll repeat the procedure that I've done here. So I will multiply the 2 signs together. They will multiply. This is my step 1. And then I will multiply these 2 numbers. This is my step 2. Now remember, I'm not doing anything to this minus 2, so I will leave it like that for now. So if I multiply this minus with a plus, which is same as minus times plus, the outcome is negative. So my outcome will be minus, and then 7 times 3 is 21. I didn't do anything to this number, so I will bring it down as it is, which is minus 2. Now you see what I did is I've converted these 3 numbers into 2 numbers. Once I've done that, I'll repeat the same procedure. I'll multiply the 2 signs first. This will be my step 1. And then I will multiply these 2 numbers. This will be my step 2. So if I multiply these 2 signs, the outcome is a positive sign. Now 21 times 2. Now I know what 21 times 2 is, but if you don't, then you need to make sure you do your long multiplication, which is 21 times 2. So if you do your long multiplication, it will be 2 times 1 is 2, and then 2 times 2 is 4. So your answer is positive 42. Okay. We'll extend the same concept when we are dividing 2 numbers, right? So again, what will I do? The first thing, I see there is no sign with this number, so I'll put a positive. And I'll then do the same thing. I'll divide the 2 signs first, right? This time it's going to be divide. So this will be my step 1. And then I'll divide these 2 numbers, right? So this will be my step 2, just like I did on question number 1, right? So if I divide negative with a positive, just like this, negative divided by positive, the outcome is a negative sign. So I'll write down minus. Now if you divide 8 by 4, basically what does it mean? This means how many 2's are in 8? There are 4 2's in 8, so my answer is negative 4. I'll do the same thing on one last question and then I'll let you guys go. So I have again two signs and there's a division sign, so I'll do the step one will be you will divide these two signs. Then step two will be you will divide these two numbers. So again, if I divide negative by another negative, the outcome is a positive sign. So I'm done with the sign. Now if I divide 170 by 10, basically what does that mean? This means how many tens are in 170. So if you divide the two numbers, you'll figure out there are 17 tens in 170. So my answer is plus 7. Now what I've done is I've done 4 questions for you here. You can have a look at these. If you did understand, that's brilliant. If you did not, then make sure you watch the video again. Here are a couple of questions that I would like you to try on your own, right? And then you can see how it goes. You can use your calculators once you have done the working out to check your answers. Now I do understand there are some decimal numbers which I have not explained how to multiply these two numbers, so you can leave those decimal numbers one, but you can try the whole number questions. Okay, I hope you found this video useful. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all later. Thank you.